It's looking pretty ominous. What we saw on the first were day 6 into the war. What everybody was expecting when this war kicked off last week is that there would be a massive artillery bombardment. There would be a massive operation to quickly seize key regions of the country, get a hold on Kyiv, block the capital off from the country, and really try to force a political concession, either by toppling the government in Kyiv or so threatening that government's existence that they would be forced to make concessions. That seems to not have come to pass. The Russian military appears to have stumbled, and now the fear is that they are going to redouble their efforts and come in with the massive force that has been missing for the last few days.
We're at a historic point for the Fed as well. They have to break the back of the inflation expectations that are starting to get embedded in the economy. And one of the things that you and I talked about when I was last on is they kept saying it was temporary a year ago. If it starts to become something that people expect, and it gets into a wage negotiation, and it gets into, people go on to Amazon and they start ordering things and they're more expensive and they get used to that, then they have a problem. So they're still going to be aggressive here, but maybe slightly less aggressive than they were. That provides a little ballast to markets, because markets are looking, yes, at Ukraine, but in the final analysis, that where markets are looking first and foremost all the time is Fed, rates, inflation, and the impact on economy and markets from there.
You don't do anything right now, Andrew. At this point, if you've got your allocation set, this is the worst time to panic, to reduce equity exposure. What I would do at this point is just look for some fallen angels. If you've got extra cash, I think there's some opportunity, but otherwise you stay within your allocation. I think there's a lot of unknowns, but we've had a lot of unknowns for the last, couple of years. And at this point, earnings season's over, and we look to see kind of where we can find opportunities.
The number now, the latest figure I have, is 660,000 people have crossed the border, and it could be even more, with up to 1 million, 2 million internally displaced within Ukraine. It's not just the ones who flee over the border, it's the ones who can't get over the border who are trying to escape the bombing in Kharkiv and Kiev and elsewhere. The estimates, I'm afraid, are horrendous. The UN now estimating between 4 and 7 million people could be displaced from this invasion. Boris Johnson's here with his counterpart, the Polish Prime Minister, in Warsaw today. He said Vladimir Putin is now prepared to bomb tower blocks, to send missiles into tower blocks to kill children. And we're seeing increasing numbers across the board. The UK announcing today £220 million in humanitarian and emergency aid.